Welcome down to Paultons Park. Now, it's fair to say that we were treated last week with the track going up, there's no doubt about that. We're a week on from when the track was sort of completed down to the splash zone here, and now we are back on site to see what's going on. And as you can see, and we will get some close-ups, the chain lift is being installed at the moment. Now, down this end of the site, very little's gone on, as you'd probably expect, because most of it's in. However, the station building over there is really taking shape as well. So we're going to go down there and have a look. But let's get you a close-up first, as they are putting the chain in as we speak. They're obviously feeding it from the top and down. That's what they're doing now. So we're getting some close-ups of the chain going in, because that's quite exciting. That means electrics are going in. We can also see even things like the wind monitor, which is behind. We'll see if we can get a close-up of that too. And then we'll take you down the site and show you what's happening here at Paultons Park for Serpents Curse, the UK's first water coaster, opening next year. Look at it, it's still a thing of beauty, it really is. We start off with the wind chime. You can see between the track there, we'll get another view of that later, but of course here is the chain being installed in little sections. They prepare bits, it's held, it's quite long, it does come up in little pieces. As you will see now, it's craned up, and it's just fascinating to see them take it up and feed it in. From what we believe, it is kind of gravity led, so it's fed in, attached, goes all the way back down, and then they can use the motors to kind of power it back up. That's my understanding of it. So this does mean electrics are going in at the same time the chain is going in as well. But just watching it kind of float through the sky in pieces and then being fed in and connected is really fascinating to see. You know, this is a major part of the construction. They got the track done and they've gone back, and you can see motors underneath. Things have been installed, things have been done over the last week that perhaps you wouldn't normally notice, particularly when you're looking for track to go up. But it's quite a delicate operation. One piece like this probably took about 15 to 20 minutes to kind of install, put down, might have even been half an hour. So I'd imagine this is a couple of day job to get the chain in. Of course, we don't know where they are on the electrics front as well, but it's just great to watch, it really is. Here's another piece going up, and you can see how it's done, kind of hooked in, and off it goes. Off it goes up to be installed, but it's happening now at Paultons Park. There is a close-up of some of the chain going in for the lift hill. Really exciting, really exciting. The electrics have started already. However, over here, I mean, we'll quickly poke over the fence here, but we are going to get some close-ups. It is very much happening. It really is happening here. A quick pan across the site as we head over to the station building, and this is really taken shape. I mean, you'll notice obviously the station building is taken shape, but you will particularly notice as well some of the concrete which has already gone down. It was mentioned in the video from Lawrence that more walls had gone up for more concrete to go in. Now, as we pan across from the base where you can see they are working obviously on the lift hill, it's all happening at once. You can see now the building comes over the station area. As we can see more walls up for concrete, we can see more concrete has been poured, and we can see other supports have gone in. Some brown supports have gone in here, and this is on the entrance area to the station. There are some a bit forward as well, we think will likely be for the bridge. The brown ones are likely to be external, hence why they're brown, where most of this will be behind cladding and things, and you can see this stretches right the way out onto some of the new concrete. What you will notice, of course, there is that we have more track installed. This is one of the bits that has been sitting in the top area and the storage area for quite some time, and it also has the chain attached already. I don't believe it did when it arrived, so all this has been installed. It might have had it actually installed, to be fair, but it's all now connected in, and we think there's another bit of track as well at the front. We can't get a side view, but I believe this is 2 bits of track because the crane's in the way at the moment, but hopefully we'll get that over the next couple of weeks. But you will see the walls gone up for the concrete, and you'll see the amount of concrete that have gone down with the amount of pins gone down, and of course the amount of supports that have gone in. And a wide view shows kind of the structure, how far back it's going to go, and indeed how far out it's going to come, particularly with the queuing experience. You can see there, still a lot of concrete to go down for this project. There's still a lot to do over on this station area. It's really going to develop over the next couple of months. As bits of metal swing onto site, there is a lot happening over there. So first we can see groundwork wise, as we said, there's a lot more concrete being poured, which is expected as there's going to be a lot of water over there. But a new piece of track has actually gone in. It looks like 2 bits actually. The run into the station and the bit before it have gone in as they start doing concrete around it. We can get a view of it, which we showed you, but the crane is in the way from sort of the side view to get a full view of it. Station building, I mean, we can see from here, but you've just seen, we just had the end piece on last time. It is now stretched right the way across and is going over the station as well. So it's really starting to take shape. We also have brown supports out the front, which makes me think they are external. They're likely to be external, which is why they're coloured. All of this will be behind fascia, behind cladding, everything, where brown is unlikely to be and is likely to form part of the structure. Bridge. I'm going to go with bridge. I don't know, but I'm going with bridge structure. But a lot has happened over there. So whilst they are busy kind of installing the chain over here, over there is where it's really happening, to be honest with you. We'll get a quick look of the splashdown element here. We can see they have done some bits on it. There's some changes to it. Again, I'm not sure really how quick that's going to come along. There's so much work to do around this end of the site. It seems to be kind of get as much done as they possibly can at certain points. And this is a massive task which they still require cranes for. I have to say, I don't know whether they'll require cranes after this. Now, one interesting thing, last time we were here, we did point out that not all the bolts were in. So the track hadn't been tightened, the supports hadn't been tightened. Well, that's not the case now, because as we look at these supports here, all of the bolts are now in. So it was kind of in with a few bolts obviously held up, but everything now looks like it has been tightened. So they've gone around and done that work in the last week as well. I'd imagine once they can get the cranes off site, they can do a little bit more work and a little bit more groundwork up the top end. Anyone saw Lawrence's update will understand that it's the only access to the site. We've been saying that all along. It's the only access to the site is down here. So they've got to kind of work it out, to be honest. It's quite a challenging project, there's no doubt about that, and there's still quite a lot to go on it. But it's come along really nicely in the last week. Let's get a close up of the splashdown element here and show you what's going on. Here is a quick look at the splash zone from one side. You can see the walls have been put in for this, and other bits have been put in as well around where the pumps will be. This is all kind of new. It's preparing for the pumps to arrive for it. I'm not sure how quickly we will see these go in, of course, because we are quite some time away from water and things, but still brilliant to see. We'll quickly pan in as well, because we caught this, a bit of chain being fed in and how it looks whilst they are doing it. I imagine this thing literally weighs a ton. I imagine it does, but it's still great to see. Some of the random things I sometimes pick up whilst we walk around. Well, we have a water refill station here. It's got a temporary sign at the moment. It definitely wasn't here last time. Looks new. I don't remember seeing it, and there is actually something else as well around the corner which I've spotted, which I actually don't remember seeing. It's going to be pretty bad if it was there, but I have a feeling that it probably wasn't, and that's around the front of the feasting hall before we head down to the bottom and show you what's going on down there. I've looked back at some old pictures, and it's the first thing that caught my eye, and that is the restaurant sign over the feasting hall. It caught my eye as soon as I walked past it, because I don't remember seeing it, and I've looked back on old pictures and I can't see it. I don't remember seeing it last time I was here either. If it's been there all along, I've just completely missed it. There's not an awful lot to see from the bottom end, in fairness, but you get a good view of the stairwell, and you can see that all of that has now been installed. There were still some bits that were being done. There's still some of the railings that are being installed as well for access purposes, but that looks like that's all there now. As we said, the wind monitoring system as they continue to install the chain. I imagine there's still a fair amount of work to do with the larger equipment before they can take it off site. But over the last week, it's come on massively, it really has. We've not only seen this go up, but we've also seen 2 new bits of track down the bottom, and particularly around the station area as well. We can see the building is going up at a huge rate. Different colour steel means different projects are going in, but groundwork, you can really see the amount of concrete that has already been poured, and it's still to be poured as well. That is going to be a big water area that needs to be installed. We've got pumps to go in, we've got groundwork to do. We've got groundwork over here to do, we've got theming to do, although it looks like it's quite far ahead, and I do still think it's further ahead than what Draken was. There is still a lot to go on this project here at Paultons Park, but Serpents Curse is getting its chain installed. I don't know how far they are because you can't really see, but it is fascinating to see here for sure.